Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Pretty Powerful Podcast, where I'm your host, your girl, Kendall T. Johnson, better known as Kendall the Master Stylist. Welcome back to the Pretty and Powerful Podcast, where I have an amazing guest, Miss Latosha King. Latosha Morgan, which one is it now, girl? I don't know. We're going to figure it out in just a minute. But I have had the privilege of working with Miss Latosha for the last 3 years, I believe. And the growth, the transparency, the realness that I've been able to see has just been astronomical. I'm always honored. I'm always elated when I get to work with people, but just to be a part of the journey is just always so rewarding to me. So, Tasha, you've been in the industry a very, very long time. You've been able to stay relevant up until this point, and I'm just proud of you. I'm excited to see you continue to grow and evolve. And I'm excited about you being here today. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you're a hairstylist. You've been in the industry. How long have you been in the industry licensed? Because, we have a lot of people throwing the term around hairstylist, but nobody has really taken the time to really take it serious, go to school, become licensed to practice, right? And so how long have you been a licensed beauty professional?
29 years, and February of 2026 will make 30 years.
Wait a minute. 30 years.
Yes.
License. Now, wait a minute. You don't look that old now. What's good? 30. So take us back a little bit of how you started, being a hairstylist, and just kind of bring us full circle as to who Tasha was then, how did she aspire to be a beauty professional, and then where you are today.
So I started out being a hairstylist for my friends, of course, and my mom, because she cannot do hair, honey. So we started there, and I about 7th grade, I already knew that's pretty much where I wanted to be, other than playing basketball. That was my thing. Well, I got pregnant, and I was like 15, had the baby at 15, so...
Wow.
They wouldn't let me play basketball anymore. So the next best thing was I went to cosmetology. And at that time at my school, we had a 2-year program. So I just took it serious. And by the time I was, before I graduated, my senior year, I already had my license.
Oh, so you got an early start.
I did.
What?
All of my free time I spent in cosmetology.
I didn't know that. I always say, like, you remind me so much of myself, and you say I remind, just parts of my story, but we both had children at 15.
Right.
Right? We both well, you had your license in high school, but right out of high school, straight into beauty school, meaning I didn't waste no time.
Right.
So, wow. So did you jump head first into being a salon owner? Or,
no.
Who kind of helped you get started?
Of course, as a teen parent, I started out working at Grandy's. Well, it was a Supercuts, like, right behind us. But the manager, her name was Pat Jackson, and she called over to the school and asked the lady if she had anybody interested in being a receptionist. And my teacher referred me over there. The lady gave me a job. I was a receptionist at first. And she just took a liking to me. And she was like a mom to me. She made sure that I got whatever it was that I needed. I can remember her sending me the Dillards for my makeup the first time because, of course, I'm kind of just country and I'm not really into the frills and frogs. So she sent me the Dillards to get a makeover. And my spring break, my senior year, I spent it at Supercuts training school for a week.
Wow.
And at that time, I had already taken, so right after spring break, so it was actually like the beginning of April, I went and took my test, my state board test, and passed. So graduation
passed on the first
day,
try?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Graduation day, I worked before going to graduation and then went on to graduation.
Wow. So your first job was Supercuts?
Yep. I worked there for 5 years. I was the
commission
first
based,
manager.
right?
Well, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
commission. Wow. All right.
Mhm.
So fast forward 29 years later, you're a salon owner. You have other people working in the salon. You're
Yeah.
looked at in your community as a pill. You do community work. You do
Yes.
so much within your community, and now, of course, abroad. So bring us full circle. Like, what's Tasha like today as a salon owner? You know, a mom. Now you teach. Now you educate. You have your own courses. Like, what's the life like now as a stylist? 29 years in the game. So bring us full circle. What is Tasha doing today as a 29-year vet in the game? Are you still going just as strong as you were back then? I like what we got to look forward to?
I am still behind the chair. I still love it. I am going just as strong.
Wow.
Maybe not as many days, but definitely busy the days that I'm there. And I have courses, like you said. I teach hands-on training. I mostly teach locks. I do teach at a school.
Wow.
For we was doing a hair weaving program. We are switching over to a full Cosmo program. And I really do that because I have a love for other people and young adults, especially ones that are young as I was starting out.
Yeah.
And I do it to help my friend, not really for the money. But I really enjoy doing my own lock classes. And I have recently I have 2 kids, and both of them I've taught them both how to do locks.
So that's legacy.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you're very talented, multifaceted hairstylist, right?
Yes.
And so the old Tasha used to do short hair. She used to cut, color, weaves, all of that. And then now you transitioned into a lock specialist where now you specialize in locks, right? So what came about? Like, how did you transition more so out of just doing hair and now a loctician, like the whole lock world? Like, how did that happen?
I started wearing locks, and it kind of just gravitated to me. I still do a lot of short hair. I'm still a cutting specialist also, but the locks they just gravitate to me.
It took over.
Yeah, it just happened. I wasn't looking for it. It just came for me.
Right. So what happened? What made you, lock your... So listen, Linda. Listen, Linda and Lindettes. I thought I wanted to be a lock girl. Girl. And then last but a good 30 days, and I was back to, I got to have the creamy crack. I got to have sleek. I'm a short hair girl. I'm a pixie girl. So what in the world, how did you say, you know what, no more relaxers, no more weaves, no more wigs, no more haircuts? Like, because I can't do it.
Well,
how did that happen?
The funny thing is, what happened was I never wore a relaxer all the time. I was a short hair person, so I mostly just wore relaxers around my sides.
Okay.
But what happened was I love color on my hair. And so with the short hair, I was doing both.
Okay.
Well, one day, I don't know what changed within my body, but I just started having allergic reaction to the color.
Oh,
the two together. And it's funny you say that because
the two, color and relaxer, you could no longer do it. So you had to choose.
And I was at a hair class actually about color, and I asked Christina, I said, Christina, what you think making my hair do this? Because it was just burning around my edges, like bad. And she was like, well, what you do to it? I told her. She said, you just answered your own question. You gonna have to choose.
Oh my God.
And I didn't have bad hair, so I wanted the color.
What's bad hair?
Well, I didn't have tight hair. Let's say that. I didn't really have to have the relaxer.
Oh, okay. So that's a whole... So you had to choose. Why was it so important to choose between color and relaxer?
Because it was affecting my scalp. Like it was burning.
So you had to wear color. So why do
I
you wear?
wanted the color so bad.
Why?
I love it.
Color.
Yeah. And I'm still having to choose. Cause God's saying something different at this
He
point.
tell you let it go gray?
Yeah.
Cause you're fairly young, you're still in your 40s.
I am.
But if you didn't color your hair, you would be 100% white.
Mostly.
About
probably.
95% white.
It's like going from the front to the back.
Wow.
I don't hardly have any in the back, but the front is
all
it
white.
started on my edges and then it's just going back.
So it's time to choose, huh? You ain't ready to let it go.
I'm not. I'm not.
So that's how you started within the natural hair world.
That's how I started.
Because you had to choose. Wow. And so now you're known pretty much locally and abroad for your locks. How did you brand yourself as such? Like, because you have people now that travel into, to get sister locks. You're a licensed sister lock specialist. How did that come about?
I'll still say it just found me.
Wow. Okay.
And with the help of Kendall, I felt like I had taken myself far as I could. Because like you said, I did dibble and dabble in a lot of things. I still do weaves. I do short hair. But with your help and courses and training and different stuff, I got the picture of niching down. So I am a lock specialist. I still do short hair. I feel like I'm a cutting specialist, but mostly
locks. That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Wow. So fast forward, you got in a little bit into the mentorship, the coaching arena. We worked together closely for the last 3 years, and you saw me at another event in Miami. That was the first time you saw me, and I think I was up speaking, had just written my first book, and it was something about I don't know what I said, and you just started watching. Right.
Correct.
And so what made you then at that point decide, okay, I've taken myself as far as I can take myself by myself. I need a mentor. I need a coach. I need somebody to help me package all of these great talents, package it up, market it, brand it, and so you can go another level forward.
Right.
What was it about whatever I said or what I did? I don't know. What was it about that made you say, okay, I need to take another step forward into personal development so that I could cultivate my mind so that I could think my way into my next level?
It was just your story. It was everything about you once I just really started. Well, that day, actually, the story that you told was about when you decided to move, which I'm not there. I'm not interested in moving from my hometown. I want to stay in the country. But it was just the whole story and the things that you had went through. It touched home a lot for me. And I had already reached out to a few people. I really didn't know a lot about mentorship or anything like that. I didn't know exactly how it went or anything, but I had kept trying different things and I just wasn't growing. I mean, I was pretty much just staying the same. And I was like, okay. And just the whole experience that weekend, just hearing different stuff. And then when I started watching you, one day I just decided to reach out.
Wow. And I know like our very first, the consultation, you did decide like, I'm not doing this. And it's so crazy because my coach, so I reached out to my coach and I was like, well, I have someone who's interested in my course. I said, but she said she was going to do it. Then she's not going to do it. And so she was like, no, say this, and this. And I wasn't going to follow up. And what I've learned even, as I've grown, is the treasures in the follow-up.
Definitely.
Because it's like for me, once I put it out there or once I talk to a client that very first time and they don't move on what they said, I just kind of be like, okay, well, she's not going to do it or she doesn't want to do it. And I go on about my business. But I learned even at that very moment, the real treasure is in the follow-up. And so I did what my coach told me to do and I reached out again and I said, hey, I'm just reaching back out. per our conversation, this is what you said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And he was like, I'm going to do it. And you did it. And not only have we been able to work together closely, I've been able to see you evolve. I've been there through ups, downs, laugh, crying, even a fresh divorce. I mean, just so much has happened. To see you grow and evolve has just really been it's been so refreshing to me. And it's really that reminder that when you really do what God has called you to do, lives can really be changed. Yes. And so now Tasha is a brand. Tasha has a beautiful website. Tasha has courses. Take us a little bit behind the scenes. You attended my content creators retreat.
Yes.
Which used to be called the Become Her retreat. And now it's the Pretty Powerful Women's retreat. And so just take us kind of behind the scenes of your website, building it, what that was like to actually, lay your brand out, give you a brand map, show you Tasha, this is what you have. We could package this. People will really buy what you have. And so take us a little behind the scenes as to your website building. And now you have courses online. That's money. That's passive income. That's money in your sleep. And you've now understood what passive income is, to how to diversify your income. Take us behind the scenes to that and some other streams of income that you've created.
I'll say that the main thing, Kendall, for me in the website and everything was listening and speaking up about what I want. I've always been the type of person, I stay behind the scenes. I watch a lot. I may implement some things, but staying consistent. And pretty much throughout this 3 years, I did whatever you told me to do. Even with the call, I was involved with another coach. Well, she wasn't a coach. She was just trying to help me get some stuff in line. She was like, no, you shouldn't do it. And I just decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because what she was doing for me was different from what you were offering me. And going the extra mile to do my homework that you given me throughout the courses, getting with, her name is Quay from Vanity Graphics. Oh my God. All of that was birthed from the Become Her. So at this point, it's nothing nobody can really tell me about anything that you say that I'm going to believe it. And the whole thing is just the follow through, like you said. And a lot of stuff I'm still building my confidence, but standing strong on what I believe is the main thing. Mm-hmm. Even with my website, I didn't know what kind of colors I wanted. I can remember having all those conversations. Tasha, what do you want? Mm-hmm. I'm very vocal about what I don't want.
Yeah, absolutely. So, fun fact. So when we initially met, I'm a girly girl. I like designer. I like, I'm flashy. I like to put it on. And Tasha, I like driving nice cars, foreign cars. I just want the whole luxury, everything. And so when I met Tasha, I was just like, well, Tasha, what do you like? What do you want? And she's like, well, I don't know. I ain't into all that designer, them. I don't want no G-Wagon. I'm like, girl, why, girl? You can have it. You can have it all. She's like, listen, I'm just who I am.
I just want peace.
I want a peaceful life. Give me what was it?
It was the Genesis, I think,
Hyundai.
at the time.
It was all I heard was Hyundai. I'm like, girl, I don't want no Hyundai. I don't want to drive. Give me I want a G-Wagon. And she's like, no, that's not what I want. And what that taught me about Tasha was she has her own mind. It doesn't matter what everybody else is saying, what they doing. She don't follow the trend. She really knows what she likes. And I think even the path and how you've grown even since then, and leaning more into, okay, well, what if I do want to step it up a notch? I can. And so even just seeing that in you now as you've evolved, like when we first met, you didn't even want to hug women. You just like, I don't hug women. I'm one thing I can respect about you, you real. You real, you raw, you uncut. And I could work with somebody like you. I don't like when people fake. You show up one way on social media and then you show up another way when we meet in person, but you are one way all around. You're just going to give it to me raw and uncut, which I love. And you're just going to tell me, no, Kendall, that's not what I want. And I can respect that about you. I love that about you. Don't ever change that about you.
Thank you.
And so, you done stepped it up a little notch now. Listen, tell us some other streams of income. Because being in different sectors with other professionals in other industries. They look at hairstylists like we're illiterate. And like we don't know, like we're dumb, like,
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
no, like we are very smart. We are very intelligent. We're creatives. We know how to dress it up, dress it down, turn it inside out, make a trend. Like we know so much and we're so multifaceted. And so tell us about some other streams of income, honey, because you get money.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just, don't get it twisted. Tell us about some other things that you have going on outside of the beauty industry, some other streams.
So I have an ebook called Finding You. That's one stream I have. I have my digital hair courses. I have my TLC brand, which is Total Life Changes.
Yeah.
And hey, it's popping over here. But
you have some real estate?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm in the real estate in the process of getting 4 tiny homes built.
The whole tiny home community on your property.
On my own property. And I already have another property that I own.
Wow. Okay. It's another one. You in the financial industry?
Oh, I am a tax consultant. Yes, I am. I'm building my tax business as we speak.
And you've done very well thus far.
I have.
I love it. So, again, how can people find you on social media? How can they find your ebook? What's your website? How can they find you after today?
My website is Glamour Effects, and that's GlamourEffxx @gmail. That's my email, but it's glamoureffects.com.
Okay.
My social medias, they're Latosha Morgan _King, or either just Latosha Morgan. I'm in the process of changing them, and Facebook is giving me a hard time.
Okay.
Or either just Extremely Magic. You can find me under Extremely Magic all the way around.
Okay, so if it was a woman, up-and-coming stylist, or just a woman that felt like she wanted to get into some other streams of income, some entrepreneurship, can you look in that camera and add value to the audience and just give them 60 seconds of inspiration to share like what you've done? Just give them some inspiration as to how to get started.
Trust your own instinct. Stop sitting around, being in the back. Come to the forefront. What you have to say is important. You're important, and love yourself first.
Wow, that was powerful. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Tasha. Thank you for driving all this way to be a powerful guest on this show. I really appreciate you taking out the time of your busy day to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. It's another wrap. Thank y'all so much for watching the Pretty Powerful Podcast. We'll see you next time.